the hollers and hills of West Virginia. It's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! Guys, so I hate it, but things happen. So here we go. I'm carrying stuff down here. I'm going to chop it, see what it weighed. So I got a roundabout guess on the other stuff. Can't turn this stuff in because it's rotted. It's disqualified. So I'm gonna try to see what we can't come up with. I am gonna replant carrots today and replant some rutabagas today. So, all right, let's get it done. Get the carrots and rutabagas washed off. Let's put it up here and see what the biggest one weighs after half of it's gone. 1 pound, almost 2 pounds right there. I knew I probably would have had the record, but it's missing so much. Well, you can see, look at all that's missing and gone. And it was way down in there. I didn't even get it all. Majority of it didn't even pull up because it was rotted. So there's that one. And that one right there is probably a pound, if that. Yeah, 1 pound, 6.6 ounces. Here, I'll lift the rutabagas up. This one here, missing the whole inside. It's all the way through. It's 11 pound. So I beat it. I beat the state record with with a rotted fruit. I'm gonna go pick the other one in a minute then. Don't want it to rot. I'm gonna pick it and pray to God that there ain't no rots in it at all. This one here.
I think that one's gonna fit on there. Goodness.
22. Hang on. 13 pound, 12.4 ounces.
I was gonna say that's huge.
I'm gonna go get that other one picked now. Guys, this is pretty special to me. I'm getting ready to break my second state record, and this one's been held since 1998 for the heaviest rutabaga. 9 pound, 6 ounces. We're getting ready to crush it. I've just beat it already with 2 of them that's disqualified for rotting. Crossing our fingers, praying to God that there's nothing wrong with this fruit at all. We can, or this vegetable rather. We can dig it out and take and get it weighed. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna break some of these off so we can get in here a little bit easier. I wanna be able to dig it good. All right, let's see here. Man, she's huge, guys. Kai. I should have bought the big shovel. I may need to go get the big shovel. Oh my goodness. I don't wanna break it anywhere. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Ah, good night, living. It's heavy. Let's take and go get it washed off. All right, what do you guess?
16.
Okay. I don't know if it'll fit on there or not.
I can't see.
I think it'll weigh more than that once we get it to a real scale.
19 pounds, 11 ounces.
Yep. Good job. I think it'll get bigger than that. Or way more than that when we get to a real scale that can get the entire thing on it. Guys, so this is the new state record. It is just over 19 pounds. I'm going to be weighing it at Kroger's this evening and then possibly somewhere else tomorrow, just depending on if I need to or not. Anyways, let's go down here and take a look at what happened since yesterday. Cantaloupe went bad. Gotta cut it off here. It just blew in half. Hopefully that one don't do it. I mean, there ain't no plant. So how in the world did it blow in half with no plant pushing it? It just... So I guess grow them or blow them, huh? I have a Morrow growing. I'm hoping that she took. I don't see any up on that tip afterward. 80 some pounds, 90 pounds I think is what I need. I think the record is like 85 or 89 on the Morrow, and I want to get it beat with a 90 some pound one. So we'll do that, hopefully. Fingers crossed and praying to the Lord above that the plant will hold out, hold together. Got our corn stood back up. That corn is super tall, guys. I mean super tall. Shooting for 16 foot, and I believe it might get there. We got a really tall sunflower hooked up over there. It's growing good, but we're starting to get some heads on some of them. I don't like that. So I got sunflowers up in there, up in the front yard, and they're falling apart. I got some apples there that need picked, I think, and getting some of them getting pretty close to, I believe, a pound. So we may have to pull the scale out here and see what's what pretty soon. But Jaden needs to get down here and cut this plant off right here and cut that plant off. That's his two mains, or not mains, his two big secondaries. They come from all the way over there. They go behind the tree, and then they come right through there swooping down and right here. That's two secondaries. It's probably 40 to 50 foot on secondaries. I told him he could have all this with his secondaries, and he never did fill it in with that plant, because I knew I had him kind of pinched off on his one side where it bumps up against that 1088. So I knew, he needed some extra secondaries. I told him he could have all this over here, and he didn't run but them two. And he ran them two right there by the stump, and then he turned them downhill, and that's been the end of it. He did nothing with them. And the ducks and the geese have been pruning the plants off, so the tertiaries. So I guess we ought to give them credit for growing this thing. So he does all right. He does all right, but he could do a whole lot better. He gets lazy. He gets lazy, and then I go in there and tell him, "Yeah, you better work on that thing. It's gonna die." And what? It's dying. He'll come run out and look. The only thing he wants to know is if it growed any. And I think he gets a little frustrated because his didn't keep up with mine. And I mean, they're not going to if you don't work at it. I try to explain it to him, but he's not catching it. You can't just plant a seed and walk away and then there it is. You got to work at it. So you got to teach them, guys. You got to teach them. And if you don't teach them, somebody else will, and it might not be the way you want it taught. So you got to teach them. But anyhow, we're gonna get out of here. I got to try to figure out where to go take this thing and get a record established. And I ain't had a call back yet from nobody, but I guess I'm gonna run it down there to the Hinton Kroger and then come back home as long as the rain holds out. I guess I'll try to graft that plant together. So there's my main right there that was after the fruit. This is a secondary. I'm going to graft that secondary into this secondary right here that goes back here behind the fruit. Okay, we're going to graft that one into that one, and then I still got to get all this cleaned up, and then we're going to graft some more into it and see if it helps any. Grafting it back into that and seeing if it'll feed back into the fruit. I don't know if it'll help. Don't know anything. I mean, I've even thought about trying to graft the secondary right here, or a longer secondary up here into the stem right there, but I don't know. Do I want to take a chance and play with it and see if it works, or do I want to leave it alone and let it do its thing? It's a hard decision to make when you're behind like this and you just want to get something going, get something done, but I don't know. So maybe if push comes to shove, I might try grafting this plant into that, or this half of the plant into the stem. Yeah, we'll see, but not right now. Right now we're going to graft this. I'm going to graft a couple more of these vines into some other secondaries over there on that side. So just cleaning this all up, and yeah, once we get it cleaned up, we'll bring you back and show you what we've cleaned it up. I decided instead of using a secondary to go into it, what I'll use is the actual main going into it. So I ripped the main up. There's good roots right here underneath that. We'll plant those back. Gonna cut this one off though. Cut those roots off. And then we're going to, I've already sprayed bleach. We're going to continue to clean this up right here. I'm going to notch it right here out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it over there like this. I'm going to draw the notch on there, and then I'll cut that part out, and then I'll just pin it down with two meat skewers, the wooden skewers. I'll attach it there, and hopefully it'll start growing into that, and we'll have our graft right there. I think that's better than trying to graft a secondary to a secondary and a bunch of secondaries to a bunch of other secondaries. I just take this main right here, put it into that part right there, and we should be done. But again, like I said, just take it over there like that, and you will draw it onto that secondary, and that way you know where it should be at, and you'll notch the bottom half of this one out and the top half of the secondary out over there, and that way it'll fit snug in there, and your graft should be good. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. This is another 100-pounder. That's 100 more that the $21.95 should have been, and ain't. At this point, do I just let it grow?
There's another one back in there.
Huh?
Another one back in there.
Lord have mercy. Well, what do you reckon? Should I cut them off? Well, I mean, I don't think.
At least cut the smaller one off.
So what? I mean, as much plant is here, it's might as well.
Buried up in there.
Okay. There it be.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. Might as well get our money this year, huh? Because I know I ain't gonna hit 1,000 pounds with it, so ain't no sense in. Just let it be, let it cruise. We'll just let it cruise. I'm trying to uncover my goji berry trees here. There's 1, 2, and 3. And I gotta find 4, 5, and 6. It'll be a little easier said than done. So, I think over here and show you these grafts. I gotta get the fan put on them. And that'll be that. And we'll just see how it does. See if it works and grafts together or doesn't do a dagblang thing. We'll have to wait and see. All this here is gonna turn into butternut area. So what I did is I grafted here on that area there. I'm gonna put a clip of some sort there. That's grafting the main to the secondary. And then right here, I grafted a secondary to the main, right there. And right there where them sticks are at. So we'll see how it goes. Got to put a fan on here and stuff, but at this point, it don't hurt to try anything. A lot of that secondary I found was bad because, or the main, excuse me, was bad because there was a bad spot right there, tipped my finger and went back between that node and that node. And I think that was what might have been causing some of the rot. So, don't know, can't prove it, but I think so. Cleared out all this space here. Like I say, just gonna let this pumpkin cruise. She's gonna do what she's gonna do or not gonna do, and I ain't gonna do anything to affect her one way or another unless I think she's gonna hit the dust, and then I'll start doing some drastic stuff in here. But we got that part done, and now it's just kind of a waiting game to see if it's gonna take or not. So hopefully they will take. Pumpkins heal back pretty fast. I don't see why it wouldn't take. But like I say, we have to wait and see. So put the fan on here and see what it does. So, all right, guys. On guys. So tied the prusik knot into there, like J.O. said his was. So hopefully that'll help hold it. I'm gonna send some pictures and see if I need to redo it or something to Jay. But I think I got it done well enough. So it should stay. Here comes state record number 2. All right, guys. So we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.
subscribe.